Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, that familiar theme, that was the Magnificent Seven Mambo, recorded by Tito Rodriguez back in 1960. As I mentioned before, we introduced Demille'S as a band leader, as a sideman for Xavier Cugat's orchestra, and he had his own band, of course, in the days that he was married to Miss Lucille Ball. Here's a tune he recorded back in the late 1940s. It's called Quizás, 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 or Perhaps, Perhaps, Perhaps. And we're going to have Damon Kirsch sing it for you. So here we go with Perhaps, Perhaps, Perhaps.
You won't admit you love me, and so how am I ever to know? You always tell me, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. A million times I've asked you, and then I ask you over again. You always tell me, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. If you can't make your mind up, we'll never get started. And I don't want to wind up being parted, broken-hearted. So if you really love me, say yes. But if you don't, dear, confess. And please don't tell me, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. Siempre que te pregunto qué, cuándo, cómo y dónde, tú siempre me respondes, quizás, quizás, quizás. Y así pasan los días y yo desesperando y tú contestando, quizás, quizás, quizás. Estás perdiendo el tiempo pensando, pensando, por lo que más tú quieras, ¿hasta cuándo? ¿Hasta cuándo? So if you really love me, say yes. But if you don't, dear, confess. And please don't tell me, perhaps, quizás, perhaps.
Thank you, Damon Kirsch. Thank you very much. How about a big hand once again for Damon Kirsch? Quizás, quizás, quizás. And speaking of Demille'S, we're going to do a number that was made, well, it was composed back in the 30s, but was made popular on his and his lovely wife's television show in the 1950s. And it's Cuban Pete. We're going to have Karen Morrison singing for you. Cuban Pete.
You've been to the dancing show, you've seen how the rumba goes, such a rhythm, fascinating rhythm. Havana brings news to you, they just introduced a new sensation, a dancing creation. They call him Cuban Pete, he's the king of the rumba beat. When he plays his maracas, he goes chick, chicky bone, chick, chicky bone. Yes, sir, he's Cuban Pete. He's the craze of his native street. When he plays his maracas, he goes chick, chicky bone, chick, chicky bone. The senoritas, they sing and now they swing with this rompero. He's very nice, so full of spice. And to the meter they bring a happy ring, never a carol, singing a song all the day long. He's Cuban Pete, he's the king of the rumba beat. When he plays his maracas, he goes chick, chicky bum, chick, chicky bum.
Karen Morrison. Wale. Thank you very much. It sounded like you stepped on a small dog. Now a beautiful number for you, Bésame Mucho. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Bésame mucho. Now here's something from the 1933 motion picture Flying Down to Rio, which starred Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Here's a dance number they did, and it's called the Karaoke. So if you know the Karaoke, be my guest. Here we go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The karaoke for the motion picture Flying Down to Rio. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we're looking for this man of mystery that is appearing any moment now. Not quite sure where he is. Ah, yes, he is here. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, I'm certain you have. And we would like to introduce to you that man of mystery, perhaps the second most interesting man in the world. Please give a warm Cicada welcome to Senor Maxwell Cugat. Hola, Senor Cugat. Are you doing well? Well, as we see, Chico Marx decided to make it here to the festivities. And we'd like to know, have you been working on this routine for very long?
Sí.
Oh no, here it comes, uh-oh. Long, huh?
Sí.
All right. I assume you come from a large family, perhaps?
Sí.
You have a sister, perhaps?
Sí.
What's her name?
Sue.
Sue?
Sí.
I see. I see. And yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dino Mora. That's a nice guy, huh? Okay. You're gonna tangle my microcord here, okay? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is how it's gonna work tonight, okay? We're gonna have a nice conga line for you. Just like in my home country, Lithuania, where we have a conga every Sunday night. Except tonight's Friday, so only have one drum. Go figure, okay, it's for the children. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna all come down to the dance floor. Everybody come up to the dance floor, don't be afraid of me. I am a harmless most of the time, okay. What do you want, Mr. Mora'S? Ladies and gentlemen, Dean Mora'S. Yes, Dean Mora'S, ladies and gentlemen, and his Latin bandmen.
All righty. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Marks. You'll be out there leading the floor, leading the gang there already. Very good. People, are you ready to go? No, this is a dangerous, I see a bad thing coming. Well done, sir, well done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for the conga. Everybody conga. Does anyone know who introduced the conga to the United States? Desi Arnaz. Desi Arnaz introduced the conga to the United States back in 1937 at a German restaurant in upstate New York. Absolutely, yes. True story. I don't know. Figure it out. Well, the connection between a German restaurant and Desi Arnaz is the same as the person who's leading the conga in an Italian accent. All right, here we go. He may be insane, but there's no other sanity clause. You know? Maxwell Cugat is leading them through the Tunnel of Mystery. The whole point of the Tunnel of Mystery is whether or not they took a shower. That's a mystery. Everybody, follow them! Follow them!
Everybody dancing! Conga, everybody! Mr. Mora'S and the conga men. Everybody love to conga. I conga almost every night. And then I got to the doctor and he didn't give me no more conga problem. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second most interesting man in the world, Maxwell Cugat. And as he always says to everybody, stay dehydrated, my friend.
How about another big round of applause for me, Maxwell Cugat. And my son, Mr. Mora'S. Okay, my son, my good boy here. Okay, boy.
Gee, thanks, Pops. Alrighty. Once again, Maxwell Cugat and his Sleeves of Destiny. My goodness. Look, probably has a crinoline underneath there, too. We're going to do another tango for you right now. This comes from the motion picture Murder at the Vanities from 1934. And this is done back in the day when this particular item was still legal, although frowned upon, of course. This song, of course, this is not an endorsement of its use, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, this tune is called Marijuana.
your chorus, sweet marijuana, marijuana. Help me in my distress, sweet marijuana, please do. You alone can bring my lover back to me, even though I know it's all a fantasy. And then put me to sleep, sweet marijuana, marijuana.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have Damien Keir sing for you another song. This was done by the great Benny Mora'S from late 50s. This tune is called Gomo Fuego.
¿Cómo fue? No sé decirte cómo fue, no sé explicarme qué pasó, pero de ti me enamoré. Fue una luz que iluminó todo mi ser, tu risa como un manantial, regó de vida de inquietud. Fueron Fueron tus ojos o tu boca, fueron tus manos o tu voz. Fue a lo mejor la impaciencia que tanto esperar tu llegada, mas no sé decirte cómo fue, no sé explicarme qué pasó, pero de ti me enamoré. Fueron tus ojos o tu boca, fueron tus manos o tu voz. Fue a lo mejor la impaciencia que tanto esperar tu llegada, mas no sé decirte cómo fue, no sé explicarme qué pasó, pero de ti me enamoré.
Damon Kirsch, ladies and gentlemen. ¿Cómo fue? All right, we have time for just a few more numbers. We're going to bring Karen Morrison on for the last time for this evening. And this tune, it comes from the motion picture Gilda, starring Rita Hayworth and Glenn Ford. And this is one of the songs she sings in the nightclub called Amado Mio. So here we go with Karen Morrison with Amado Mio.
Amado mio, love me forever and let forever begin tonight. Amado mio, when we're together, I'm in a dream world of sweet delight. Many times I've whispered, Amado mio. It was just a phrase that I heard in plays I was acting a part. But now when I whisper, Amado mio, can't you tell I care for the feeling there? For it comes from my heart, my one endeavor. My love, my darling, would be to hold you and hold you tight. Amado mio, love me forever and let forever begin tonight. phrase that I heard in plays I was acting a part. But now when I whisper, Amado Mio, can't you tell I care by the feeling there, for it comes from my heart. My one endeavor, my love, my darling, would be to hold you and hold you tight. Amado Mio, love me forever and let forever begin
Ladies and gentlemen, we have time for one more number. We'd like to introduce the members of the orchestra. We have on the clarinet and alto saxophone, Matt Germain. On the alto and the tenor saxophone, Bill Wilson. El Señor Bill Wilson, yes, of course. Sorry. On trombone, Señor Dave Ryan. Yes, the entire shy and retiring Dave Ryan. On the trumpet, back there, Signore Chris Tedesco. On the back there, Mr. Jim Garofalo. See, my father's Maxwell Cugat, apparently. And of course, the only fellow who really has a Hispanic name, Emiliano Almeida on the drums. The only guy with a fancy hat, too. And of course, our choral department here, Damon Kirsch and Kerr Morrison. Also like to thank a big hand for Rebecca Del Rio for being here this evening. And everybody here, thank you also very much for attending here. Happy birthday, happy graduation to everybody. We'll finish off here with El Cumbanchero.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dean Mora'S Latinaires. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a night at the Cicada Club. Tonight featuring Dean Mora'S Latinaires with Cam Morrison, Damon Kish, and our very special guest, Rebecca Del Rio, with somehow Maxwell Cugat getting in there. We hope you've enjoyed your night tonight and hope to see you again very, very soon here at the Cicada Club in downtown Los Angeles, California.